For decades, the tech industry has been painted as the golden path to wealth and prestige. Programmers, engineers, and developers were hailed as the architects of the future, well-paid, respected, and in demand. But in 2025, something unexpected is happening. Artificial intelligence, once thought of as a tool to enhance human productivity, is now replacing the very people who built it. And the fallout is staggering. Thousands of skilled tech workers are abandoning their laptops and moving into jobs they never imagined. Blue-collar work. This isn't science fiction. It's happening right now. And the implications for the global economy and our future are massive. The rise of AI, friend turned competitor. Artificial intelligence began as a helper technology. Early systems automated small, repetitive tasks, sorting emails, analyzing spreadsheets, or suggesting code snippets. But within a decade, tools like GitHub Copilot, ChatGPT, and AI coding assistants evolved into something far more powerful. AI could now write entire applications, debug complex code, design websites, and even optimize systems better than human engineers. Entire teams of junior developers found themselves replaced by a single AI-powered system managed by one senior engineer. What once took weeks of human collaboration could now be achieved in hours by machine intelligence. For companies chasing efficiency and profit, the decision was obvious. Why pay 10 engineers when AI can do the job of 100? The tech worker exodus. As AI expanded its grip, thousands of workers in Silicon Valley, Seattle, and Bangalore were left without jobs. Data analysts, coders, UI designers, once highly coveted roles, were among the first casualties. And here's the shocking twist. Many of these displaced workers didn't find other tech jobs. Instead, they turned to blue-collar work, the very jobs automation was once expected to eliminate. Some became electricians, carpenters, construction workers, and delivery drivers. Others trained as mechanics, welders, and plumbers. Why? Because unlike coding or digital analysis, these jobs require hands-on physical skill, something AI and robots still struggle to replicate affordably. One ex-Google software engineer described it bluntly. I went from debugging Python code to fixing HVAC systems. And the crazy part? I'm making almost the same money, and people actually need me. It may seem ironic. For decades, experts predicted robots would wipe out manufacturing and trades, while knowledge work would remain untouchable. But reality flipped the script. Here's why. Physical presence matters. Installing a water heater, wiring a house, or repairing a car engine requires hands, presence, and adaptability. AI can guide someone through the process, but it can't crawl under your sink, at least not yet. AI proof skills. Technical trades demand muscle memory, tactile judgment, and creativity in unpredictable environments. A plumber doesn't just follow a script, they improvise in real-world chaos. That's still beyond current AI robotics. Local demand. Unlike coding, which can be outsourced globally, plumbing or electrical work must be done locally. This gives tradesmen a unique shield against AI-driven outsourcing. In other words, the very jobs once considered old-fashioned are becoming the future of stability. The social stigma shift. For years, tech jobs were romanticized while blue-collar work was dismissed as less prestigious. But AI is forcing society to rethink status and dignity. On TikTok and LinkedIn, ex-software engineers are now proudly posting about their new lives as electricians or carpenters. Some even argue they feel happier. Less screen time, more physical activity. Immediate, tangible results. One viral post read, "In tech, my code could vanish in a product update overnight. As a welder, what I build lasts decades. It feels real." The narrative is shifting. Instead of falling into trades, many tech workers are choosing them, reframing the work as essential, honorable, and fulfilling. Global case studies. when white collar meets blue collar. 1. Silicon Valley to solar panels. In the heart of San Francisco, a group of software engineers who once worked at prestigious tech companies found themselves suddenly jobless after a wave of AI-driven layoffs. Instead of leaving the Bay Area or competing in an oversaturated tech job market, they decided to pivot completely. Pooling their severance packages and technical expertise, they launched a solar installation cooperative. Their model was unconventional. They used AI-powered tools to design efficient solar layouts, predict energy output, and manage supply chains. But the actual installations, the heavy lifting, wiring, and rooftop work were done by hand. What began as a small side project soon turned into a booming enterprise. Within 2 years, their cooperative had contracts across California, installing panels for homes, offices, and even municipal buildings. What surprised many was the profitability. While traditional software startups struggled to secure funding in a tighter economic climate, the cooperative thrived on a growing demand for renewable energy. Clients loved the idea of ex-techies saving the planet, and media outlets celebrated them as pioneers of a new hybrid workforce, people who blended AI intelligence with manual skill. 2. India's call center collapse. For decades, India's call center industry was a symbol of globalization, a vast workforce of English-speaking professionals handling customer support for companies around the world. But as AI language models advanced, the need for human call center workers plummeted overnight. The collapse was brutal. In cities like Bengaluru and Hyderabad, tens of thousands were suddenly unemployed. Yet, a surprising trend emerged. Instead of trying to stay in white-collar jobs, many workers pivoted to blue-collar trades. While some viewed it as a step down, others saw it as economic resilience in action. A generation of workers learned that dignity wasn't tied to office jobs alone. The irony? Many of these workers still use AI. This time, not to answer calls, but to help design electrical systems, estimate building costs, and optimize construction schedules. 3. Germany's coding to craftsman movement. Berlin, once a hub for Europe's growing startup scene, has seen an unusual cultural shift. As AI systems began to dominate coding, automation, and digital services, some former tech employees made a bold choice. They became craftsmen. The branding of their services has been genius. Many openly advertise themselves as tech workers who build with their hands. The message resonates in a society wary of over-automation. What began as a niche cultural movement has grown into a profitable industry trend. Customers willingly pay a premium for furniture handcrafted by a former Google engineer, or for home renovations led by a team that once built apps. It's not just about the product, it's about the story, economic shockwaves. The migration of white-collar workers into blue-collar fields is reshaping the global economy in surprising ways. Trades are becoming more competitive. With educated tech workers entering, industries like plumbing and carpentry are seeing higher standards, more efficiency, and even digital marketing boosts. Wages in tech are flattening. With AI doing the heavy lifting, tech companies no longer need to pay premium salaries for most roles. Average wages in programming are dropping. Blue-collar wages are rising. Increased demand and reduced stigma are driving wages upward for electricians, welders, and mechanics. In some U.S. cities, plumbers now earn more than mid-level coders. What happens next? The question is not whether this shift will continue, but how far it will go. Experts suggest